What's going on, kids? How you doing? Hello! We are eligible for the MRL2 test, which is something I didn't think would come for a while, but I guess just randomly doing shit got me there. Bip. So we're going to start with that and then move on to the weekly reset. I wasn't really trying to hit another mastery. This one, the last one was primary mastery, so this one's probably secondary. Or melee, so do I have a good secondary equipped? Despair's good. We'll switch over to Tenant Planks. We can probably honestly keep Granny. Granny's probably enough, right? Yeah, I would think so. Why not? He's beefy enough. I'm running adept on him, right? You guys noticed that the servers for Warframe have been acting weird lately? Just a wee bit. Yeah, okay. So I've got a good melee and a good secondary and a good primary. So we'll run with this. Mastery time. It's tradition, after all. I didn't do it on the last one because I was in a bit more of a hurry, but we'll do the traditional thing here. And then we'll bop around to all of our weekly reset spots. Check out what they've got. Oh, hey, I finally posted the schedule. I know a couple of you guys were saying that you'd like to see something like that instead of daily polls, so I figured I'd give it a shot. God, I found screenshots from when I was still MR2 with like a completely undripped out Excalibur except for a Cyandana that it was wearing. Goodness gracious, blast from the past. That was when Warframe basically saved me from the terrible situation I was in. Goodness gracious. Been with this game a while now. That's a weird puddle. Moving on. So I am currently at... That's... Whoa, hey, whoa! We've got all the way up to Legendary 9, 10, 11 already? Goodness gracious, the highest I've seen is MRL4. Are these even attainable? Okay, so this is where I am. No, okay. This is where I am. Right, that's L1, L2... That's L3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It goes all the way up to MRL12. I haven't seen anyone over MRL4. Do they exist? I wonder if they exist. I wonder if anyone has no-lifed this game as hard as I have. And they're like MR12 because they actually care. I tell you, if I cared about MR, I'd be MRL4 at least by now. But I honestly could not be arsed. Oh yeah, let's change my companion. Finally pulled Death Cube out of my workbench, and that's what set me over the top for mastery. Go figure. Juniper. Junie. +1 loadout slot. 500 daily standing limit, 5,000 daily focus limit, 1 legendary core, 50 voice trace storage. Honestly, the daily standing limit's probably the thing I'm excited about the most. Let's give it a shot, shall we?
Prove your ability with the sidearm.
Oh, secondary.
All targets.
Of course, all my powers are sealed. Nope. Nope. It feels so very sluggish for some reason without my usual lineup. Maybe I've become a little too reliant on my companion giving me a hell of a boost for my fire rate. But it seems so much more sluggish than before. Probably would have had more fun with the Despair. What with the whole Incarnon thing. I can't help but wonder if eventually they're going to take it to the next level and we're going to be able to Incarnon some Tenant weapons. I'd like to see that. I really would. Incarnon Kuva or Tenant weapons. Where's my Kuva Atomos that I can Incarnon, damn it? I wants it. I needs it. Oh, just one more?
Ready yourself.
Don't tell me what to do, Space Mom. You lost the custody battle with Space Dad, remember? Oh, that actually caught you from all the way up there? Oh shit. That's an idea. You're absolutely right, Lurker. Why am I wasting my time? I feel like it's been an eternity. What's going on, Natris? Good to see you, my guy. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. We've missed you, friend. Oh shit. And I can't shift my operator form at all. Oh, it's been alright. Just doing the MRL2 test. Oh, I'm timed. Okay. Well, I might want to step up my the pace then, huh? I didn't realize I was timed. I was just kind of taking it slow. One more. Orb on orb violence. MRL2.
Formidable performance. This test is now complete. Another job well executed.
Easy peasy, right? Nice. And another legendary core. I guess they're just giving those out with each one now, huh? Natris, did you know that currently in Samaris' relay, mastery ranks go all the way up to MRL12? Because I didn't until I walked up there. Like, holy shit. I haven't seen anyone that's at over MRL4. And I've got some people who are obsessed with mastery rank. It's insane. Might want to run Granny for a little bit, but you know what? The Despair is calling my name. Who's insane enough to be up there? You know, I have no idea. Some people would have to be, I'd assume. That's the only reason they'd put it in. What's in my bench right now? What do I got cooking? Aeolok, Axomati Primes, Spinosa, some Forma, Corvus, Cinta, Cortege. Guandao, Higasa, Karst, Nell, Masseter. Basic stuff. Some weapons, a couple hounds. Nothing big. Oh yeah, I finally got the Zilug Prime blueprint that I needed to cook up. I've just been doing random shit, and that got me all the way to MRL2, so... MR means absolutely nothing, folks. I'm gonna let you know that right now. It's a nice little vanity thing to have, but I promise, it means absolutely nothing. Anyone who tells you it means something past MR, what's the highest, 16? Is lying to you, and lying to themselves. Look at this shit. All the time I spent on standard Gara and standard Astilla and standard Atomos and standard Glaive, and Glaive Prime, all of these are still my most used gear. Carrier Prime, Artax, Itzel. That's hilarious. Alright, let's check our weekly resets. Oh yeah, other things I should probably mention. Finally pulled out Kome, who is fun. She's just odd. I think she needs some love. There's some parts to her kit that need some work. I think the whole
Ordis has been counting stars, operator. All accounted for.
the whole decree thing needs a little bit of work on her, I think. And that's my opinion on her. I think she'd be great if she just got a little bit of love and her decree thing got amped. I think the decrees should count for the whole squad, honestly, and everyone should be able to contribute to unlocking them as well. So that, you know, you give the whole squad something to look forward to for decrees. And I don't think that the decrees should be limited to the limited pool that she's at right now, because she should just have access to all of them. Yeah, it might be a little cracked, but it's Kome. Come on, she needs something. Oh, and I unlocked Kullervo, who is interesting. I don't play melee. I love his design, by the way. I fucking adore his design. It's edgy as fuck, and I adore edgy frames. Like, dude, this if I was still in Riz's teenage years, he would be all decked out in black and red because edgy as fuck. Like, holy shit. I love the design. His kit's interesting, but I'm not a melee player, and his kit sort of leans heavy into sort of synergizing melee and all that other kind of stuff, so he's really good, don't get me wrong. He's just not for me. Kullervo's definitely very good. I've just been really liking the Despair lately. Oh yeah, I'm a girl here. Hi Junie. And I am also currently breeding for a Lotus pattern. I figured I had a whole lot of extras, so I might as well breed for a Lotus pattern. I'd like a Lotus patterned Huros, honestly. That would be nice to have. Alright, let's start our weekly rotation on Earth, as always, with the Iron Wake. If you played it all last week, you should have at least 20 Riven Slivers. If you have 20 Riven Slivers, you can get 2 free Rivens. Well, free in massive quotation marks. From the Iron Wake. That! Jesus. What's going on, Edward? How you doing, buddy? Hello. I just realized the game is really quiet. That's why I had cranked my volume so high. Someone messing with my... Get some eugenic program tips from Druid. Or was it Nex? It was Nex, and I'm good on the eugenics, thanks. I'm just doing random breeding. The eugenics thing only works when you're using certain imprints, but imprints are limited. Either you have to pay plat for them or whatever, and they have set traits, so... Okay. I have 373, so I'll be getting one of each. Pistol, nice. And... shotgun, nice. And I'll pick up some Kuva while I'm here. Only up to 626,000. You guys think I have enough Kuva? I don't think I have enough yet. I'm not gonna have enough for a long time. Look, man, alright, I was traumatized by farming Kuva. I was in the trenches. Kuva survival. That was how you farmed Kuva. That was the only way to really effectively farm Kuva, was Kuva survival. And, yeah, it sort of put this thing in my brain where it's just like, hey, Kuva, good. More Kuva. Always more Kuva. Get more Kuva. Endlessly more Kuva. Next stop, Sanctum Anatomica. The stop here is for two things. We're going to check out the weekly challenges for Necroloid here. It wasn't that bad, it was just really boring.
We shall protect Master Entrati's good works via a
Oh, Latron, nice.
Prepare well.
Euphona, Zenistar, nice. Neja, Latron, Euphona, and Zenistar will probably be my run this week. Yeah. It wasn't that bad, it was really just boring. Well, alright, so I'm gonna point something out to you, alright? I want you to remember how Kuva Survival used to be. No Steel Path, it was just Kuva Survival, okay? Who is my most used frame? What do you think my job on Kuva Survival was? I'll give you a hint. Everything. Like, I ran Gara. The second I showed up to Kuva Survival, people were like, oh, thank God we have a chance. Because back then, there weren't a lot of ways to keep them alive aside from just straight up keeping the enemy away from it. So I ran a wall/shards build on Gara to keep them the fuck away from our purifiers. And it worked every time. We'd get to like minute 50 before we lost a single one. People loved it. Alright, so the second half of our trip here to the Sanctum Anatomica every week is my best buddy over here. Hey, what's going on, Bird 3? What do these do? Ooh, he's got a Crimson this week. Definitely worth getting. Thank you. He's got some neat furniture and maybe some stuff that well, we might put in our dojo. I like Bird 3. Bird 3 is great. So that's why I visit Sanctum Anatomica every week. Next stop. And we'll go see Space Dad. He hasn't been the same since he moved to a space apartment. As you guys can see, I am restacking all 4 of my syndicates to max them out in preparation for the next prime to drop. Like I said, I pull about 126 relics the second a new prime frame package drops. That way I don't have to farm for relics because I am lazy. It is not because I am like efficient, it is purely laziness. I just do not like to farm relics. I did that for a long time, and then they introduced Relics Pack, and I literally sat down with a Word document open and an Excel spreadsheet and figured out how many relics I could get without having to farm, and I was like, statistically, if I were to get 126 relics, as long as I avoid traces, I won't have to farm a single one. I'll be able to get the frame with just that statistically. So I do that from now on. I don't farm relics anymore. Oh, what do we got this week? We've got a shotgun rivet mod, and you know, I always pick these up. I always pick these up because whenever I want to crack a bunch of rivens for something, it always comes in handy to have a whole bunch of those on stack. Stance Forma, I think they should turn Stance Forma also into Omnia Forma. They're probably not going to, but I think they should. That's all I need to do here. And our last stop for the weekly reset, well, last 2 stops. One of them is right here on the Orbiter. The other one is the one that a lot of people tend to ignore, and that's the Chrysalith. Because again, Kuva. So between the Chrysalith and the Iron Wake, that's 20 rolls for a Riven each week that you get for free. Which is a lot when you aren't rolling every week.
I mean, I hope you would.
Of course I'd like you, Space Girlfriend.
If you have specimens, I'm
Yoink.
deeply interested.
Cool, now we're up to 661,000. That's a lot of Kuva.
Let's see what Twisted Wonders.
Every day during the week, just come here and grab opinion from her. You should have enough stuff if you're just actively playing the game. Me, I grab one of each of them because since we can get Lanthorns from Sanctum Anatomica, I'm not as worried about them anymore.
I'll see you later.
Always. And then the other stop is here on the Orbiter. We can just go over here and check the Weeklies for the new season. What do we got here? Got a red shard this week. That's not too bad. Revan. Oh, I'm really running low on reactors, so that's actually pretty good. Probably the Kuva, to be honest. And again, probably the Kuva, because mod drop chance boosters are kind of not really needed. Alright, and that's summer. And let's go ahead and check what we got on rotation this week. Mesa Mag, Trinity Octavia Kome. Let's see, Lex Incarnon, Magistar Incarnon, Boltor Incarnon, Bronco Incarnon, Ceramic Dagger Incarnon. I'll tell you from experience, Ceramic Dagger is probably one of my favorite melee Incarnons. It's really good. Just because it gives you things aside from melee. Again, I don't play melee a lot. The reason it's my favorite is specifically because if you Incarnon form it, it gives you plus 25% sprint speed, plus 25% parkour velocity. And it is very easy to not have to do anything and keep it Incarnon, because that gives you plus 20 initial combo. This one, Gun and Blade, plus 1 initial combo stacks up to 100 times for each primary kill. So that one, plus Adept Reflexes, you will always have combo as long as you're killing things with your primary weapon, so you can always keep it in Incarnon form, and you can always move really fast because of it. That's why I like this. Aside from that, Lex is really good. It's a really good Incarnon. I've heard great things about the Boltor, but I haven't personally used it yet. Ditto the Bronco. I honestly haven't heard much about that one, and I've heard the Magistar is just kind of eh. So I'm probably going to go with something I don't have, which is just the Magistar. I have all the other ones. And we'll go with a... What do I not have most of? Hold on. I'm going to check my Rivens real quick. That was primary, secondary, and melee, right? Let's see which ones I have more of, because that's really what's important. Okay, we have 38 melees, 35 pistols, 19 rifles. So we'll want a rifle.
You made a mistake placing me in here.
Look at him trying to ambush me. How cute. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take Magistar, because you're always going to put your Incarnon adapter first. And then rifle, because I only have 19 of them. Only have 19. Goodness. And we've got secondary Shiver, secondary Outburst, longbow Sharp Shot, and primary Blight. It's not a bad set. It's not a bad set at all. I don't really have interest in running it at the moment, but that's not a bad set. Okay. What was I doing? Goodness. It's so easy to forget your place because there's so much to do. Oh, yeah, that's right. Dual Zorin. Right. I needed one more prime blade, but I was out of relics, wasn't I? I was currently debating whether or not I'm actually going to farm relics or not, but I don't think I'm going to, because again, I'm lazy. I am lazy. Lazy is what I am. So what we're going to do is, since we're going to lose affinity here, since we're upgrading our secondary stacks, we're going to grab 4 of these. Might as well. I also need the Ceto Prime blueprint, don't I? Well, I got one for the Ceto, so that's good. Since I'm currently leveling these 2 syndicates, this is probably going to dip, so I might as well grab it while I can. That's really not a big deal. Because once these 2 are leveled up, I can just switch back over to Red Veil and then free and clear level both of these without these two getting hurt, and that's how I keep 4 of them open. Again, it's purely out of laziness. That's why I figured out how to max that out. I do need Ceto. Ceto's the other one that I want to build. Barrel. Neo C6. Might as well. Natris, if you feel like doing the weekly over in the Sanctum Anatomica, let me know. I'll be running Nasia, so it shouldn't be too hard of a challenge, considering my Nasia's already stacked to the rafters. Nasia is good. One of the first frames that I really branched out with away from Gara. Still one of my favorites. I'm thinking of dropping Divine Retribution, though. Honestly, it's not as strong as Reaping Chakram. I'm thinking of dropping it. I'll give it some thought. What was with the Sanctum again? Oh, it's the weekly Archimedia. Remember? The Archimedia? Deep Archimedia? The big challenge that Necroloid gives you once a week that uses up a few of your Netracell pulses. I really like how this Cyandana, they decided to place it inside the tiger's mouth. I actually really, really like that. It's so cute. Like, because usually on any other frame that this ring on this Cyandana would be up here. But for this skin, for this frame specifically, they put it in the mouth. It's cute. I like it. I always get terrible ping with literally everyone I play with. Can't help but wonder why that is. So one of the reasons I absolutely adore Nasia, and one of the reasons I'm running primarily Cunning Drift on him, is this, right? So he seems pretty fast, right? But then you... And then you... I have used this method to outspeed Gauss players and just annoy the shit out of them doing it. As long as you know what you're doing, you can go really, really fast with his slide. Welcome to my world. I do not want to be welcomed to Brazil, thank you. I'm good. I'm good without that. Plus, it only gets funnier when you have his Firewalker on, because when you have his Firewalk on, his speed increases. His base speed increases by 25%. That's not sprint speed, that's just speed. So he just becomes really fucking fast. It's a blast. And it's just one of those few frames I would honestly consider putting like just straight movement mods on just for fun. In fact, I might replace Divine Retribution. Hold on. I might replace Divine Retribution with just Maglev. Just for the hell of it. It won't bring any kind of attack or anything to him, but how much does this raise my speed? Holy shit. Fast as fuck, boy. Speeds that should not be attainable by mortal men. I told Scotty the other day, Nasia is not a femboy. That is incorrect. Look at this skin. This is not a femboy. This is a femme man, damn it. Get it right. That butt, though. Anyway, moving on. These groups always seem to get up to 3, and then they hold there. Right, I was using Excalibur on bro. I just don't like his base. Umbra just looks better on him. We'll see how this mission goes, swapping out those mods. Alright, we're running C6 Radiant. I have 4 of them. And I have 377 traces. I'm gonna have to do some random relics for a little while. Radiant, 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 Radiant. Good. I always double check because just last week somebody tried to run an intact. They were like an MR18 and they said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that's what we were doing." And everyone in the group was like, "You know what you were doing." He's like, "Well, I just radianted it. Can we go now?" Motherfucker, you were honestly trying to get out with not having to rad the damn thing. So I just left the group at that point. I was like, I'd rather wait another 30 minutes than play with somebody dishonest who was trying to hoodwink me. Because that's how I feel about it. Like, you're gonna try and hoodwink somebody in a game like this. That's just several means of wrong. Like, that's just fucked, man. So I don't want to play with you. Even if it's at a disadvantage of me not playing with you. Even if you're one of the best Warframe people and I'm definitely guaranteed gonna get the part, I would rather not play with you and wait another 30 minutes. Oh. Because of course she is. Fast as fuck, boy. Still fast as fuck. And of course, thanks to my sweet little Huras over here, I don't have to really worry about enemies at all. I mean, not like I had to worry about them in a regular non-steel path mission anyway, but Huras making me invisible while I just fucking slide around at the speed of sound is pretty funny. Ooh, a star. That's 2 stars in 1 mission. Nice. Ooh, overshot.
Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Overshot again. That's the one thing with Nasia I need to get used to again, is not overshooting my exits. Ooh. There's glass there. That is a side room, not a main room. Still fast as fuck, boy. I like Nasia. He doesn't have the, unless you're building, like, directly into super duper power strength and very specific ranged builds around his spheres, he doesn't really nuke, but sometimes you just want to go fast. You don't want to nuke. You know what I mean? With Nasia, he's got enough speed and power for me to have fun, and fun is what's important. Hey, first try. GG's. You love to see it.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tom.
So this week I should have New Loka and the Parent sequence topped out. And then we can switch back to Crimson and keep Steel Meridian and Crimson topped out as well. I think that was the last thing I needed. I think that was the last thing I needed. No, I need a Ceto Prime receiver now. What's going on, Raiden? How you doing, buddy? Hello. Ceto Prime receiver, Axie M6.
Tenno, a new alert has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
You know, I feel a little bad. I haven't actually done any of the repeat quest at all because I really haven't had any desire to. Because I got everything from it the first time. It has great rewards, but, you know, it has great rewards for anyone who needs arcanes. I don't. Or wants to sell arcanes for plat. I don't. So, You know, actually, I should probably visit Ortis. I think I might still have some bits I could sell him. I think. Oh, yeah, Lurker. The subscriber's choice thing on there is for specifically the subscriber section of the Discord. Yeah. Hey man, I gotta give some kind of perks. Where is he? Where is he even located right now? He's in Larunda, right? I think he's in Larunda. Or is he located on Larunda or is he located on Earth? I can never remember which. Dang it. Which one is he located on? Because I know Ortis is the primary purchase person for those. Mercury? He is on Larunda. Okay. I just couldn't remember which planet it was orbiting. I appreciate you, Natris. Thank you. Well, yeah, Lurker, I could have made it just like a server choice, but the thing is I want to give, like, as many perks to people who actually sub to me as possible, because they're putting up money. I might as well give them something for it, even if I can't really give them anything of value aside from my time. Which, I'm going to be honest, is not worth a lot. Volatile modes.
Ortis has saved Jade. Ortis has rerun a simulation of the event 600,004,043 times, and Ortis has still not found a satisfactory course of action. Do these things just happen sometimes?
So we've already gotten everything for the clan then.
This Ordencaris fellow. Ortis feels like he too would have stood up for Jade.
Ortis doesn't know who Ordencaris is. F. Where's Fury? Are you selling Fury? There it is. I suppose I need a Fury, right?
Ortis will contemplate Jade, while her motes are committed to our sun. Ortis will see the operator back on the orbiter.
I love how Ortis's thoughts on how to dispose properly of Jade's motes is to just launch them into the sun. Meanwhile, Ballast, the Man in the Wall, and Wisp have proven that the sun doesn't necessarily destroy things that you want it to destroy. So, I don't know about that one, Chief. You might have not had the right idea. Okay, cool. Nice. Arcane Fury's maxed out. I kept forgetting to max that one out, so I figure I might as well spend what little motes I had. So now I don't need any arcanes from Ortis. See? It's just like I said. Alright. This week's was Latron, right? And then Euphona. I cannot remember what the melee for me was this week.
Operator, Otis has determined
Oh well,
the
I'll find out when I
secret
get back down there.
strategies are a combination of heightened dopamine
Oh yeah,
levels.
and of course there's another thing to check this week that's not as important. We've got invigorations for Chroma, Valkyr, and Kullervo. Neat. Oh hey, I already have 3 of these. I might as well get those ascended, huh? Nice. It's another Tau Shard. I could drop some Tau Shards into Nasia, but he doesn't really need them. I don't use him often enough to justify the bile it would take to remove them if I had to put them somewhere they were needed. So for now, Nasia will remain shardless. Just for now. Yeah, it's a little too fast, so we're gonna remove that. As fun as it is, it's a little too fast for me to deal with. I kept overshooting all my exits. What do we want to drop in that slot? Let's see, we've got 11 mod cap there. There's armored agility, but he really doesn't have enough armor to capitalize on it. Ditto redirection. Vitality's a little too expensive. Fleeting expertise, I want the duration. I suppose I could give him just a little bit of efficiency, a streamline. It's entirely possible. Streamline. Yeah, there's a thought. Yeah, that'll work. 75% efficiency should be fine. It lowers my cost overall for everything. His augment is really good if you're building for a nuke, but this is more of a... I'm not really running a nuke build. Pyroclastic Flow is incredibly powerful, but my one problem with it is you cannot recast Firewalker without popping your Pyro Flow. That's my one real issue with it. I don't think they've changed that either, so I really don't. It should add it as a hold function, but it doesn't. It's just a tap function, so irritating.
Ready to kick. Portal.
Please select destination.
What's my first one? Kill 250 Tech Rot? That's not bad.
Please select destination.
I don't think there's anything else from the shop that I need, is there? I think I already got everything. Pretty much.
What? Hey, sweets. If things ever get back to normal, first thing, a year at music festivals.
I never bought all the music. Might as well buy all the music, right? What else am I going to do with all these points? I'm maxed out because I have nothing else to really spend them on, so I might as well just grab all of the music from Alloy. Woo! Indeed. That is exactly what I think of Alloy. Ooh. That being said, if I had to pick between her and Eleanor, it would absolutely be Eleanor. If I had to pick. Yeah, I had a lot of points, didn't I? I was maxed out. Alright. Invest in crypto before it skyrockets? I'm sorry, what?
There you go.
No thanks. I'm good. I'm good. I had my crypto. It was destroyed against my will by my family. I'm good. There's not really much I need from him. I'm not really interested in glyphs at all. I could get the other inks, but when would I use them? Maybe if I fill up my slots again.
I'll be here.
Eleanor. She's great. I like her. I think I'm already maxed out on most of these. I actually have 21 Trucelands to max that out, and that one's already maxed out. I just haven't put these ones together. So I'm maxed out on all of those. Oh, I'm lots of fun.
Let's do this again.
Yeah.
It's funny. I only took the Omnia job because I thought the money might So, what are we thinking?
Already got sight. Recon effects and Vesper are done. I already have the AX-52. Don't need any glyphs. You got nothing for me.
Keep yourself in one piece.
Well, shoot. I don't think there's really anything else I need. So there really isn't a point. The reason I was mostly checking is because that means there's not really a point for me to run the actual bounty system, because the main thing behind the bounty system is that's how you get points. And if I don't need points, why the fuck would I run the bounty system? I could just not have the sub-objective and run a simple Hell Scrub Tech Rot. Because sometimes the sub-objective is something bullshit I don't want to have to deal with, you know? This is probably the best mission transition in the game, to be honest. Like, going from the garage to the road directly to the level is probably some of the best mission transition I've seen in the game. It's just really well done. Summer.
You know why they call it house bubbles? Because if you don't blast the build up, it's gonna learn what colors like. Hey, you think I'm playing? Shoot that build up off now!
Oh, yeah. I should probably go take care of that, huh? Oh, went a little too fast. Got stuck. Whoops.
Deal with that scrubber build up, stat!
There. You happy?
Level dropping. We'll buy you some time.
Since his 2 automatically makes it so that they drop a health orb, it's pretty easy to keep him at energy, so I might actually drop the streamline, because it's not really needed. As long as you're using your 2 at all, you'll have energy, because I'm running equilibrium, and that turns those health arrows into delicious energy. Have I mentioned that this gun is fun? Because this gun is pretty fun. Me personally, I prefer the miter because it requires me to think just a little more. But the Latron and its brain deadness have a place too. Bub. Oh, and if Neja wasn't fast enough, he can do this. Just straight up directional teleportation anytime you want. It's just fun. It's fun. And the Latron absolutely shines in an enclosed space like this. Might as well use one of those, have something to do, right? That is one thing about the Huros Kubro's stealth. It does wear off if you're not close to an enemy for a little bit. So you kind of have to stay within, I think it's 24 meters of the nearest enemy. But on most missions on Steel Path, that's not difficult to do. And if you're just using a caster frame with just powers, then congratulations. You will never be shot at directly again.
There's some stuff we might be interested in. Like this.
Ah, this thing.
See? My ass is out
I
there
do
on the
like how those now show up on your
distraction. You
little
can pull the
doohickey
ripcord whenever you need to. I won't judge.
whenever you pop air support.
I need 20 cc's of
Thank
fix
you.
your damn shit.
Oh my god, woman, calm down. I can deal with those. For non-Steel Path, the damage his augment gives is enough for that. For Steel Path, ironically, it's nowhere near enough, but I'm more using it for
The more you can do, just get out.
for the Health Orb edition. That's the main reason I'm using it. Yeah, it's gonna be a no from me, Tim. Get out of here. Oh, was that all of them? I think that was all of them, yeah. Hey, y'all, you want to see something funny? Hello, Malice. Goodbye, Malice. I really only had to pull the trigger once, but you know, 3 just felt like the right number.
You get a little close, no?
Oh, mission's over. Might as well leave. I was trying to get the subquest done for slaying Tekrot. Actually, am I able to... Yes, I am. All right. Cool. I didn't know how vertical that could be thrown because I'd never really tried up a direct vertical shaft. You know what you're doing with that. You can just annoy the shit out of just about everyone when it comes to racing them. Oh, I have a friend who mains Gauss. He decided he would challenge me to a race on the Orb Valis because he figured, you know, wide open space he'd had the advantage. First, I beat him with Nasia, and he's like, okay, well, like, any frame other than Nasia, because he was like, best 2 out of 3, pick a different frame, but I'm still going to use Gauss because he's a sore loser. So I pulled out Grendel. It did not go any better for him, because I guess he forgot that Grendel has Catapult, and Catapult is fast as fuck on an open plane without me having to steer. So Meow. Just gone. Just left him in the dust. Poor guy. Which is hilarious, being that Gauss is the speedster frame. That's decent. That's decent. Oh. No, I was trying to do the birthday message. Want to do the birthday message. Okay, so I think that's a glitch. It didn't let me do the daily because I gave her a birthday message. That's weird. So, note to self, if a birthday thing comes up, make sure you do their daily message first. Huh. Noted. What do we got next? Ah, that's a good one. Thank you. Scalder troops with abilities. That's not hard. It's not hard at all. Sanctum Anatomica. And I've already raised the Necrolisk, Cetus, and Fortuna's affinity to maximum so that I can also use them for Relic Pack, because again, I am lazy. What was the melee for this week? Right, Zenistar. You know, Zenistar is one of those weapons I never really built. Maybe I should change that. Because I think I actually have a Zenny Riven. And you know, I've never built it. Never even formatted the damn thing. Goodness, I never even formatted it. I feel kind of bad. Okay, no, I don't have a Zenistar Riven. I think I gave that away to somebody. Ah, well. I could format. What's a good build for that? Hey, anyone got a good build for the Zenistar? I've never really played around with it all that much. I know it used to be the absolute king of locking down a point before they decided to fuck with its disc and tie it to... What did they tie it to? Melee combo, I think. I remember that it was the absolute king before they did that. And then they did that and everyone was upset, but they never changed it. The fact that you can give it a skin is pretty fucking funny. The fact that you can give it this skin is the best. This is the one thing I actually really know about the Zenistar, is for some fucking reason, if you use this skin specifically with the Zenistar, it turns into this giant comedic fucking knife. And I love it. It doesn't do that with any others. Like, even any of the Tennogen don't get to be, like, weird and oversized with it. Like, all of these are normal. All of these are normal. This one, on the other hand, that's not how this usually works. Like, if you look at it on, say, Paracesis. This is the size that it's supposed to be. As you can see with the Zenistar, that is not the size that it was. I don't know why it does it. I haven't looked into why it does it, but it's pretty funny that it does. In fact, let me go ahead and make sure I put that on there. Hell yeah. Big knife. Big knife. It's perfect. Look at it. Holster style. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Okay. It's a great sword standard. Great sword hip. Oh, hell yeah. Big knife, baby. Look at that shit. It's so dumb. Great sword reverse. Oh my god, it's so perfect. If I could wear this horizontal, it would be great. This nonsense. Leave that on the hip there. Leave it on the hip. Oof, that's way too low. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, now if we could just... There we go. There we go. No, there it is. Now we might need to adjust our... I think our Y? No, not our Y. Our Z. I need to find some way to remove it from being in the middle of me. Because it's too fucking thick. Close enough. Look at this absolute nonsense. Look at this just pure stupidity. I fucking love Warframe so much. I love this game. I think I'm going to build the Zenistar this week. That's going to be my pet project this week. I'm going to build Big Knife. I wonder if I can remember who I gave that Riven to. See if I can ask him to borrow it for a while. Big red knife.
A fearsome appearance, Operator. You will strike terror in your enemies.
Yeah. I just don't like how you can't color the black channel right there. Wish you could color that too. But oh well. You can't win them all, I guess. Let's go ahead and color this over to white channel. And then color this over to red channel. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with some propane. Attachments. Pyra is my usual. I actually really like Lunar, but I believe TennoCon 2022 is the ridiculous one. Yes, it is. Good, good. Alright. Form of this damn thing. Let's actually... Heavy blade, leaning into heavy attacks. Tennokai would probably help, but that's a terrible heavy blade stance. Cleaving whirlwind's usually what we want to go with, right? I think. No, that's not what I was trying to do. Combos. Yeah, Broken Bull. Yeah, Broken Bull's the one I'm thinking of. Broken Bull's primary combo for heavies. Let's go into the simulacrum, play with this thing a little bit. It's so stupid. I love it. I just go reflex and never worry about combo. Well, so I'll show you what I'm talking about when it comes to the specific combo that I've got going on here. Because I used to play heavy. When I played melee a lot, I played heavy blades. This was back during people running Atarax spin to win combos. And I couldn't stand that shit, so I went the other direction. I went big fucking sword, because that's why Paracesis is one of my most used melees. And I used a specific combo, which was my absolute favorite because of how dumb it was. I don't know if it was the most effective combo, mind you, but it was really stupid, so I liked it. And that one should be this one right here. And then you trip. So if you do this combo too much, it's a I believe a 5-strike combo, and if you try and do a 6th one, 4, 5, trip. Yep, if you try and do a 6th, then you'll stagger. But the funny thing is the faster your melee combo strike is, the faster your stagger is as well. So it can actually look really stupid. And then there's the Zenistar's main attractor right there, is that little disc. Yeah, spin too much, you get dizzy. Yeah. It's entirely possible for a Warframe to get dizzy. Yes. Okay, so to mod this, I'd want to change the polarity. I could always drop in stance forma, but do I have any stance forma at all? Oh, I have two. I have two stance forma. I mean, I might as well. Fuck it, they're never going to release a Zenistar Prime, right? It's a login weapon. There we go. Cleaving Whirlwind. And we'll give you a melee arcane too as well. What do we want to give you? Oh, melee Dowdy might be funny. What's the puncture stat on this? 0. Never mind. Okay, so going to primaries. This is a stat-based weapon. Stat-based heavy combo, huh? Well, alright. I suppose I can manage with that one. Next form is going to be for... Does reach affect... Yeah, it's looking like reach actually affects that. Yeah, reach definitely affects that. Okay. So... Well, you're right, Lurker. It's not a weapon I use very often, but if I have it, I'm going to just put it on here because I feel like it. That's really the only reason I used it. It's not so much me wanting to optimize things as oh, I have a stance forma, I might as well since I want to change the stance anyway, fuck it. And now if I want to change the stance back because something's better for the Zenistar specifically, I can just do that instead of having to worry about it. So this is primarily a stat-based weapon. Well, first we're going to need Fury in here, for sure. Oof. Yeah, we're definitely going to need Primed Fury in here. Because that speed is just terrible. I'll stick a regular pressure point on here for now. Actually, we won't even need to do that because Shocking Truth, North Wind... Yeah, those are going to go. Only 10% crit chance, so there's really no point in building it for crit. Unless you had some sort of ability that could auto-crit you. Let's go... Yeah. That works. Nice. It probably won't do much, but let's see it. Oh, that's bizarre. Why did it land right there, I wonder? I was expecting it to shoot straight out. That one shot straight out. I don't know why the other one didn't. Okay. So quadratic scaling with gas is true. Spread stats like a motherfucker, lasts for a very short amount of time if you don't have combo. But if you have combo, yeah, see, if you have combo, it lasts for a lot longer, so it works really well as a stat spreader. Neat, okay. It's been a long time since I've used any kind of heavy blade. I used to use a paracesis all the time, not so much anymore. I'm so big onto guns, I've gotten away from melee for the most part. Damn, that lasts a long fucking time at 12x multi. Look at that. This is almost as long as it used to be. Actually, I think it's just as long as it used to be. So it used to be the Zenistar's disc was not dependent on your combo multiplier at all. And it would just last forever. So people would use it to lock down doors and shit with status effects. It was really, really nice. Because these were the days of condition overload. And Atarax spin to win. So you'd have one person bringing a Zenistar and then somebody else would bring fucking Atarax, and then you just lock them down with a bajillion status effects like this. Damn, that does last a really, really long fucking time, doesn't it? Okay, so next thing from a Zenny, probably gonna be primed reach. That seems to be essential for the alt fire. Yeah, it sounds about right. For arcanes, I didn't even think about arcanes. No, not melee dowdy. No. Eh. Well, now there's an idea. Melee influence, drop out Vicious Frost. Drop in Voltaic Strike. I wonder if this is gonna work. Huh. Yeah, that works. So if we can just amp the damage on that, then we will have an electricity super spreader. Neat. Because you're getting hit all the way over here, despite not being in the disc range because of melee exposure. Cool beans. I mean, it's extremely situational use case, but if you need to lock down a point and keep enemies away from it, Zenistar still is undefeated for a melee weapon that can do that. Just wind yourself up to 12 and bip. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Plus, you know, there's the advantage of giant fucking sword. So, you know. Look at fucking Neja. He looks like he's hugging it, like he's hugging a body pillow. Just my sword. Just my favorite sword. Love my sword. Love it lots. Yes. Look at this stupid thing. I adore it. Thank you, DE. Never fix this. DE, I'm telling you, this is like Zoran coptering and bullet jumping. Never fix this bug, please. Never do it. This has to stay exactly like it is, please. Oh, it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, and I love it. I love it so much. Okay, so we can level Zenistar for a little bit. Euphona Prime, I'm indifferent on the Euphona, honestly. Like, I'm okay with it, but I've never really... I don't like the way it handles. That's all it comes down to. I just don't like the way the gun handles. Latron. I good with this setup right now? Prime Firestorm, Serration. I could go with Spectral Serration, but I'm not running stealth frames. I'm just running a stealth pet, so it's different. Crit chance 249.6%. Crit multi 7.8x. And crit chance 368.9%. Crit multi 9.1x. Oof. Oof. I'm just running corrosive cold too. I could make this so much worse than it is. I'm just running corrosive cold because I'm lazy. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Wait, I'm running agile aim. Why am I running agile aim? What the fuck? Oh, because there's no flight speed mod for this one, is there? No, there's not. That's right. I remember griping about that a while back. The fact that you can't use a flight speed on this, even though the Incarnon form is not hit scan, despite the primary form being hit scan, is kind of silly. Kind of silly. Silly like this giant fucking sword. Yeesh. Alright, do I want to go and level the Zenistar? Sure, why not? I also want to run an M6. Let's see if anyone's showing up with an M6. MRL2. Oh, that's right. I also need to go and put up the new decoration. There we go. A thing for everything, and everything in its place. Might as well put that out there. Look at this thing. It's so silly. I may never play Chroma I may not play Chroma that often, but I'm really appreciative of his deluxe skin, giving us such an absolute unit of a great sword. Yeah. Plus, the Sugatra also scales with the size of the weapon, and since the Tennokan Sugatra is the biggest one, it is also ridiculously fucking huge. But the physics are for some reason slowed down despite the fact that it's so massive. I don't know if it's like just having trouble figuring out how fast it's supposed to fall. So it looks like it's in some sort of anti-gravity thing whenever it falls down after you're done moving. I think it's a really neat effect. It's silly. It's stupid, but I love it. That's going to be my pet project this week, building up the Zenistar. Figuring out what builds can make it absolutely cracked. Ugh. I just wish I could push this further down my back instead of having it, you know, impale me. Haha, insert Nezha joke here. Just chunky. Just straight up chunky. Just an absolute unit of a greatsword. It was too big to be called a sword. Too crude, too thick. Look at this damn thing. Ugh. Okay, now this is the prescribed greatsword holster. It clips into the floor. I can't set it any taller than that, but it clips into the floor. Oh, I love this so much. Appearance. Holster style. Main hand. That's really as far back as we can push that, huh? Unless we want to hover it all the way back there. That man left immediately. This thing clips straight into the floor. But I think this is as good as I'm going to get if I don't want to look like I have impaled myself on my own sword. So, Final Fantasy Remake's coming along pretty well. The Buster Sword has gone through a little bit of a redesign. It actually looks a little smaller than the original, which is a bold choice for Square Enix. I love this game so much. I'm sure I can find a build to make this thing cracked without having to play Calervo. I know Calervo can probably make this thing cracked, but again, I don't want to dedicate everything to a melee frame. I'd rather a weapon be able to perform independent of the frame that's using it. The frame should bolster the weapon to be sure, but it shouldn't be entirely reliant on that frame, you know? And I guess we got somebody and immediately lost somebody. Oh god, wow, that's a whole hodgepodge of lead speak there. Diabolical gamer. Yeah. He's speaking the language of the gods. So how far does this thing stick past the floor? Far enough, it looks like. Yeah, sticks straight into the ground. Good. I'm gonna have fun building this weapon. What was this? An M6? Weirdest thing happened to me the other day. I was playing a Steel Path mission. Oh god, what was I playing? I want to say it was popping relics, I think? No, yeah, I was popping relics. And this guy just kept getting downed and I was kind of confused. What the fuck? Why did you all decide to fucking bounce all at once? The fuck was that? I guess? I don't know what the fuck that was about.
Continues to shift. Navigation is marked with new invasions.
And we lost Diabolical Gamer, apparently. Fuck was that about? I have no idea. Ah. What kind of fucking T4 fissure for non-steel path rerunning? I tell you, these people. It's an exterminate. That's so slow though. Disruption's honestly faster. But that's steel path, and steel path is scary. I mean, yeah, but everything else is just so lightweight. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, after playing Steel Path and nothing but Steel Path for a long time, going back to regular Star Chart just feels lame. I'm just gonna go out and say it, lame. It feels lame. I understand there's people who only like to play regular regular Star Chart content. I get it, you know, more power to you, whatever, but it's not fun for me anymore. I have had a taste of difficulty, and the difficulty is fun. I'm not gonna sweat about it, but I just realized you can see the little Warframe thing on the bottom of the ship. Neat. Usually that's flipped the other way.
Eliminate all purpose threats. Watch out. I'm detecting. A fissure. Defend yourself and use reactor to open roads. The enemy is dropping reactant. And we're going to need more reactant if you want to open that level. Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Whee!
Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
Honestly, my main issue with these types of missions is they're very slow. I understand why people would rather run them, but they still feel very slow to me. And I am playing a frame that likes to go fast. Huh. Neat. There he is. That's who we're waiting for. Protect me. Before he had even finished talking, he was already dead.
To extraction.
Good. Fast as fuck, boy. Look at that. First try. Whoop, whoop. Now we can build the Cedo.
Another
I still
job
can't get over that sword. It's so dumb. GG, friends. I suppose at some point I'll need to restock my traces since I'm running kind of low. After farming most of Dual Zoran, all of Lavos, and all of Cedo, I'm down to, I think, 300 and something traces. Cedo Prime. Alright. Cook that up. Okay. Well, shoot. We still need to level this big stonking thing. Where should I take it? I could always take it to Holovania. Do some of the weeklies there. Why not? The main reason I don't want to run Kullervo to make it good is because Kullervo, by my understanding of his kit, can turn any weapon good. So I'd kind of like to... That's what this needs. Condi Overload. Put Condition Overload on this thing, and that might get me close to where I'm trying to go.
Incapable of producing the hydraulic effort required to unstick your tongue from the roof of your mouth the following morning.
Okay, there we go. So Condition Overload, Pressure Point, Voltaic Strike. That's interesting. Condition Overload might change it out, I think.
All set. Service your weapons myself.
Okay. Yeah, let's go to Holovania. Why not? Oh, wait. What's the mission? Scalded troops with abilities. So we definitely don't want to do that one. I'll scrub Scaldra is what we want to do. So I think Condition Overload with the status damage mod. I think that might be what we want to go for when it comes to a stat-based weapon. God, I love the Atomocycle.
Tickle the tech rock with a little bit of spit up the health scrubbers that Scaldra lost when they tried to purge this area. Oh boy, Scaldra's gonna be so PO when they see us using their kit. You know how mold can grow on your water filter if you don't clean it enough? Well, shouldn't build up off the health scrubbers, but you wanna get unsubscribed from life.
That's being mildly more effective.
Overwhelmed. Coalescing. Do something.
Wait, hold on. Did me playing with somebody on regular star chart turn this down to regular star chart? Because that's what it feels like. I do not prescribe to Weenie Hut Jr., damn it. No. There we go. All right.
Did I forget to mention that the scrubbers are kind of core buildup? Sentient, spontaneous, clone creatures that will absolutely love
I was so focused on the melee, I forgot to put up my warding halo. Whoops.
Shoot the fuck off that! Oh,
12 times, and...
Contamination is off the charts. You need to hustle.
Okay, so yeah, that works for a decent amount of power. Like, I can see the status being spread and raising, so that makes sense. Oh shoot, I wasn't even paying attention to that. Shit, shit. Shit, fuck, shit.
Build up gets any worse, it's gonna start
Damn it.
making decisions.
Damn it.
Fix it or lose it to the tech
I was not paying attention at all to my gauge
of your problems.
whatsoever. Whoops. Just focusing too much on the Zenistar numbers. I'm trying to figure out exactly what can make it click aside from Condi overload. Whoopsie doodle. Repeat. So Condi overload gave it a big old damage boost even for the disc. Which is great.
Did I forget to mention that the scrubbers are prone to spore buildup? Shoot off any buildup and you shouldn't have a problem. Force selecting on that scrubber. You need to shoot them off. Scrubber going through. Fix it or lose it to the tech rock, which will be the least of your problems.
Fool me once, shame on me. There is no fool me twice. Right, so the disc builds gradual damage until everyone gets to max stats. Okay, that makes sense. Boop. Juniper, no! Dang it. Too busy prioritizing my dog. It's not quite as effective as I'd like. It definitely needs a whole bunch of work, which I imagine will come with Forma and time. Because if I was using literally anything other than the Zenistar, I wouldn't be having the difficulties I'm having. The reason I'm having these problems is because, you know, I'm trying to actually use it, and it's not working out. So I need to find a way to make it effective. I know it can be. It used to be one of the best melees in the game. Can't have fallen that low, right? There's no way DE's combo nerfs could have hit it that hard. Otherwise, it's just going to be a vanity piece hanging off my back, and I hate to have a weapon I can't really use, you know what I mean? The fuck? Oh, it did that bug. Okay. Well, that's stupid. Sometimes your Warframe just won't turn invincible when you're in your void body, and other times it will. Don't know why that is. Like, Nezha doesn't have any channeled abilities. Usually that's only supposed to happen if you have a channeled ability active. See, like, he's invisible now. What the fuck? So why was he dying? Hold on. Is it counting my warding halo as a channeled ability, I wonder? No, no, it's not warding halo. It's fucking Firewalker? It's counting Firewalker as a channeled ability? Okay, that must be leftover from back when Firewalker was a channeled ability. Because Firewalker used to be a channeled ability, and it's not anymore. So I guess, for some reason, the game still considers Firewalker a channeled ability, so you do not get the invulnerability on your frame while you are in your void body, if you are using Firewalker. Oh, you learn something new every day. Because I have that active, I have that and that active, and okay, it's also counting my 4 as a channeled ability. So it's counting my 4 and my 1 as channeled abilities. So as long as I have either of those up, I cannot go into my void body. Oh, shoot. That's kind of depressing. That means that Neja's utility as a frame is kind of hit. Because you always want to have one of those abilities up, and that's Firewalker. Yeah, we'll head to extraction at the 10-minute mark. Fuck. So focused on my dog. I don't even know if I finished the thing. Did I? Oh, maybe. Probably killed enough of them with my, chakram. Probably. If not, oh well. Yoink. This weapon's gonna take more work than I thought. Usually, even with the half-assed mods on it I have right now, a weapon performs just fine. I don't think heavy blades are that bad. I could bring out the paracesis and perform better than that. Goodness. Zenistar's fallen off. Like, this used to be one of the premier weapons. Then again, I suppose the Atarax also used to be one of the premier weapons. How'd that work out for it? Okay, I didn't know if this stripe right here was its own individual color channel, but apparently it's just bundled into secondary, which is silly. Don't really like that. Wish that was a separate color channel, but oh well. Beggars cannot be choosers.
Ah, a look that says I have arrived.
Streamline honestly isn't that needed. I think the sad part is that it's a login reward. You'd think that it would at least be good, right? That goes for all the login reward weapons, though, doesn't it? Sigma and Ocantus, as far as I know, isn't that good either. And neither is the, God, what is it called? The one with the spinny disc thingy. Not the Zenistar. The as something. The Zenith. The Azima and the Zenith, both. Yeah. That's a crying shame. Because the Azima is another one that's a login, isn't it? Yeah. They have great designs, don't get me wrong. They look really cool. They're just not very good. And they're login rewards, which tells me they need to be buffed, because the Zenistar is a login reward. Like, these are not short day login rewards. You get these, like, what, day 200, 250, something like that? Like some ridiculous login reward number. Also, it's weird that we have 2 melees, a secondary, and a primary. Because we've got Sigma and Ocantus, Zenistar, Azima, and then Zenith. Where is my Sigma and Ocantus? I remember I used to run this a lot. Just because I really wanted to sword and shield combo to work, but none of them do. Swords and shields are not very good in a game about ninjas. Who'd have thought? I think all of the login weapons should have their own Incarnon adapter, and I think the only way you should get it is a login bonus. I think it should be an Incarnon adapter that's locked behind a login bonus. That's what I think. I think that would be the perfect way to really irritate the shit out of everybody. I think nobody wins when they do that, and I think I would be really happy if they did that, because it would give me something to log in and look forward to. And it would give everyone who has trouble with delayed gratification a real bad time. Because some people are just like, yeah, but can I like... Dude, I saw this the other day. It drove me up the fucking wall. I'm flipping through Twitch, right? Warframe's obviously paying content creators to play Warframe. I get it. You guys are pushing to get a new crowd. You're courting some Destiny players. I understand. Most of them look down their noses at Warframe because they're full of shit and I hate them. But I don't blame you, DE. I blame them for not understanding the game. Like some of them asking, why can't I go into first person? I swear to God. But my favorite thing well, not favorite. Favorite is the wrong word. My most frustrating thing I saw was somebody, Destiny player, starts playing Warframe, right? I'm gonna change this color channel. It's starting to irritate me a little bit. There we go. That's nice. It's a nice neutral red. Starts playing Warframe, gets past the first mission, gets to the notification for Nightwave. Oh, hey, Floof. He's like, oh, how much does this cost? What? And his chat's like telling him, dude, Nightwave is free. Oh, it's free? Oh, but how much do I have to pay for the other track? Because, like, if it's more than, like, 10 bucks, I don't know if it'll be worth it. And his chat's just like, it's free. Oh, okay, free? It's cool, it's cool. How much to fast track it, though? And I'm sitting there internally screaming to myself because I'm like, how abused are you with modern gaming bullshit that the devs at DE give you Nightwave? Free. Earned. 100% earn. No pay to win, no pay to fast track, not having to pay for a battle pass, just free. And you go, okay, but how could I spend money on it? Or how do I have to spend money on it? Your whole chat is sitting there screaming at you, it's free, dude, I promise. And you're just like, no, it can't be. Can't be free, man. Oh, shoot, I was supposed to polarize something outside of the simulacrum, and I polarized inside of the simulacrum. Oh, well. We'll fix that in a little bit, whenever I'm ready to format this thing. Let's switch tags, shall we? Not Kullervo. Varuna might be a good idea. Swap over to Lavos. Been having a lot of fun with Lavos. Never really got a chance to play him before, so I'm having a blast with him now. Oh, wait, hold on. Do I have to change my holster style every time I change a frame? Oh, that is frustrating. don't know why you have to adjust it for each frame. It's so weird. There we go. Close enough. Still looking huge, still looking stupid. Hey guys, remember when they said that they were going to, just gonna bring something up here. Remember when they said they were going to, bring up Arc Melee? They were going to, give us Arc Melee on the ground. Do you remember when we were gonna have giant hammers and shit? And then they just never talked about it again? Because I remember. Anyone else remember? Because I remember. You also remember when they said they were going to buff arc weapons, and they did, and the buff still made them lackluster? Because I remember. Yo, arc weapons will not catch up with main weapons as long as main weapons have Exilus adapters and arcanes. Like, because those two tools alone kind of really put a damper on everything, everything Arc Melee wants to do. Or even Arc Wing Guns. Because they're decent. Don't get me wrong, they're decent. But for Steel Path, they, it's like really large confetti cannons, you know? It's not really useful. More of a meme than anything else. Alright.
Remember that chili con carne I left in the fridge for 2 months? Let the house scrubbers sit too long, and they'll spawn the same sort of thing, but with a crap ton of predatory hardware. Shoot off any buildup before it converts to it.
You guys seeing this absolute wave of destruction that Lavos is capable of?
Sacks off that scrubber before they sprout ahead.
I'm not even using weapons. He's just that good.
Scrubber going central. Fix it or lose it. Tech rot, which will be the least of your problems.
Whee! Lavos is really good. I enjoy him.
House scrubbers emerging. Ooh, y'all could just notice what we're up to, and they are heads.
Oh, you want me to show? Okay, yeah. After I'm done here, I'll show the build for Lavos Lurker. I'll explain it a little bit too. Yeah, absolutely. You know I'm always willing to share my builds. Ain't no secret behind my sauce. I want to share this sauce with the world, baby. Whee! I'll take that, thank you. What's the matter, Misery? Can't find me? I just killed Misery with abilities. Feels fucking good, man. I just wanted to see if I could. I didn't have to. I just wanted to see if I could.
While Scaldra is distracted, I'm taking the opportunity to make some new acquisitions. Like this. Don't worry, I'll share.
Extraction is ready. I can't ask you to fight any longer.
But
Whee!
if you wanted to fight longer, I wouldn't say no.
Like, are you seeing this mayhem? I fucking love it. Alright, let's get out of here.
Contamination is off the charts. You need to hustle.
Whip!
You're gonna lose that scrubber, bucko.
So, the thought behind my Lavos build is he is a master of elements, and that's kind of what I built him around. That is also why he is specifically paired with a Huras Kubro. Huras aids in his survivability, as well as the other half of the kit boosting his innate powers. So these are my shards. These two, I honestly might get rid of them. They aren't essential. I don't know what I'd switch them out with. These two are incredibly important because it really speeds up his kit. This one, I just really like having that extra little bit of duration on there. Lavos build, 3 Forma. Really simple. Archon Vitality and Archon Continuity. Vitality boosts his 4 because his 4 always deals heat damage, so that means it'll double the dips from his heat DPS. And then this one boosts his 1. That way every time you cast his 1, it will also hit them with corrosive. So if you hold down your 2 and then you hold down your 1, it'll force viral. You cast your 1, it will hit them in one attack with toxin, corrosive, and viral, which is really good. Also, if you just hold down your 1 and then cast any of your other ones, it will hit them with toxin, corrosive, and whichever other one you cast. So like, if you hold down your 1 and then cast your 4, it'll hit them with toxin, corrosive, and heat. So Archon Continuity just kind of makes it a little easier to hit his stacks. What do I mean by his stacks? Arcane Impetus. Really useful, really nice. Raises your efficiency and your ability strength. He can inflict 10 unique status effects, so he can get 60 ability strength and 30 ability efficiency. That's a boost for him. And then I kind of went the other way. A lot of other people talk about like just putting Molt augmented right here. I put Arcane Ice Storm because it's another one that's kind of meant for him. His 2 will freeze. His 2 will like automatically freeze enemies it comes into contact with. It like just massively freezes everything around you. So with Arcane Ice Storm, you can pretty much get an automatic 40% ability strength and 40% ability duration. So yes, you could put augmented here and just get 60% ability strength, but I wanted extra ability duration and extra ability strength, and this is really easy to maintain stacks of 20. This is really easy to maintain stacks of 10. The way you play them is zoom, zoom, fast, fast, cast a whole lot. That's pretty much it. You're going to be hitting your 4 first thing, and then you're going to be hitting your 3 to get your 4 off a cooldown. If you hit enough things, you'll cast it again and just wipe out everything around you. If not, hit your Ophidian Bite. Because of the augment here, Swift Bite, that's actually going to usually take Transmutation Probe off cooldown, and then you use that again if this somehow still isn't off of cooldown. I'm using Valence Formation and Swift Bite. Swift Bite, I would say, is essential. Valence Formation is not. I just really like to have it because it's fun. And I'm running Mecha Pulse and Mecha Empowered because this is the other half of the kit that I was talking about. Sorry, water. The Mecha set works really, 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 really good with Lavos because of how elementally focused his kit is. Just one cast of his 4 imbued with any other element. If you hit the mecha mark on whatever enemy is nearby, congratulations, you have just wiped out everything in a 30-meter radius. Because you typically have enough stacks with just a single cast of one of his abilities that's imbued with any of his other elements to completely wipe out a room. Doesn't matter what elemental combo it is. If it's gas, they're all dead. If it's heat, they're all dead. If it's toxin, they're all dead. Even if it's cold, they're all stacked and frozen. It's really good. I would definitely recommend running the Mecha set, which is Mecha Pulse, Mecha Empowered, Mecha Recharge, and Mecha Overdrive. Keep in mind this only works for Kubros and Predasites, I believe, as well. So I would recommend bringing a Huras Kubro with him. Lavos doesn't have any problems with survivability because his 1 can leech health instantly. He has really high health and really high armor. But the extra invisibility makes it really, really, really easy to kill with him with only his abilities. Like, the extra invisibility, you guys saw it. I didn't really have to do anything to step. I didn't have to fire my weapon unless I needed to wipe out a unless I needed to wipe out spores from a Hell Scrubber. Those were the only times I had to fire my weapon. I could have just gone through there obliterating them with my stacks. Just that. He's not Saren levels of busted. I'll say that he's not Saren levels of busted. But he is very, very fun to run, and I enjoy him. Dude, Lurker, I don't mind if you copy my builds. There's no such thing as copying a build in this game. I don't own any of these builds. This is just what I came up with, and dude, go right ahead. I do not mind. Go for it, dude. Tech route with melee weapons. Yuck. But it seems I am now over time. So I am going to head out. I appreciate you guys spending some time with me, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.